What's up, Diablo 4 players? So let's go over the fastest way to level in Season 4. So, for starters, just like in most action RPGs, the fastest way to level, you're seeing it done right now, which is to play in a group and get power leveled. And if you're thinking, I don't have anyone to power level me, don't worry, I got you in that. So, let me go ahead and go over some rules really quick. So, for starters, you have to complete the campaign before you just do the skip campaign option. When you're making your character, you'll click skip campaign. If you've already done it in the previous season, you never need to do it again. But I know that there's a lot more newer players into Diablo because maybe they just got it on Xbox Game Pass. So, the first step, you got to complete the campaign, and then you'll unlock the adventure mode, so to speak, if you've played Diablo 3. So you have two methods. One is to get power leveled, and then you either re-power level the other person back, or you'll give them gold or items or something, and then you will essentially be level 55, and anything that drops in World Tier 4 that's ancestral, you can just equip, which is basically the endgame items for the most part without tempering and masterworking, which is something that you'll eventually get into. But then you want to do Helltides till about 70-ish, and then start leveling up your glyphs in the Nightmare Dungeons. The other option is to just level up from the start from 1 to 70 by just playing in the Helltides. The reason why the Helltides are so great is because this season it is also tied to getting a bunch of free aspects as well as a bunch of free gear from the Iron Wolf encampment, which is part of the seasonal green quest line. And then once you're leveled about 70, you'll do the same thing because you have to level up your glyphs. Another tip I want to give you is to only do the good Nightmare Dungeons unless you have no materials to make more of the Nightmare Dungeons. And then I'll give you guys some other bonus tips, but let's go ahead and start off with the first thing that you need to do. Regardless of what method you decide to select, you do definitely want to find a group. Playing in a group is going to be superior to playing solo in this game. I'm going to go ahead and kind of skim through the thing. We just completed one of the World Stone caps. As you can see, the Cathedral of Light is complete, and then we're going to go to the next world tier. But what you want to do first is go to Google and type in Official Sanctuary Discord. This is going to be the Discord group that will get you to be able to get power leveled. You can see it's this one over here that has like almost 500,000 members. That's when you want to join. So it's called Sanctuary. There's official Blizzard people in there. But as soon as you go in, it may ask you for your roles. But what you want to do is look at these two channels. So again, this is for anyone that doesn't have a friend. Obviously, you have a friend that's good, or if your friend sucks, just visit this because the people here are generally going to be kind of understanding on like what to do. People are relatively friendly in the Diablo community, but what you want to do, if you have a softcore character, you obviously select softcore and seasonal. That's, of course, part of the new season here. But you can see it says SC, which stands for softcore, looking for group, World Tier 1 and 2. So you'll see a bunch of people spamming here that they need to be carried. Some people will offer, you carry me, I carry you. And there's also people doing what's called free World Stone cap over here. I literally just took this before making this video, literally a few seconds ago. So there's lots of people that will be offering free capstones. Some people just like to help out the Diablo community. Like for me, when I'm streaming and I have extra pieces of gear that I don't need, I always hook you guys up, and it doesn't really bother me at all. In Diablo 3, I power level tons and tons of people. It's relatively friendly in the Diablo community. So someone over here, like this person, is offering free capstone carries. Some other people, and this is more common here, they call it an exchange carry. So that means that they carry you, and then you carry them back, or vice versa. Now, if you don't happen to have a character, you can let them know, hey, I don't have a character, this is my first one, but if you carry me, I'll carry you back. And it's very easy because, again, once you get to World Tier 4, every single piece of gear that drops is ancestral, and when you're level 55, you can equip it, and most people will carry you to about 55. Don't expect people to carry you all the way to 100. That's unrealistic. Most people will get you to about 55, and then you'll have to work your way generally. But there are groups that will extend it a little bit further, but most people will not go from 1 to 100. In Diablo 4, that takes way too long. If it's Diablo 3, yeah, in literally 5 minutes, I can get anyone to max level and a couple hundred paragons, because that game is way faster. Once you're at about like level 70, it really starts to slow down. But keep in mind, in this season, you can trade gear, so ideally, if you do want to play in a group, like you just want to do the Helltides, and you're like, I don't really want to just get like absolutely power level, I kind of want to like level up a lot faster with a group, this is still a really good method. And then you want to look in this channel called Softcore LFG Helltides. There's tons of people looking for Helltides, and just in case you're brand new and you don't know what the heck the Helltides are, there are these areas marked in red on the map. You'll see if I zoom out, they're kind of in this like dark red, and there's a really great website called Helltides.com that will actually show you exactly where these chests are. So what you're going to be doing is just, you're going to go to the area, you're going to just kill monsters, they're going to be dropping these things called cinders, and it lets you open up these reward chests. I really like to get the big chests that have the mystery chests, but there's these other areas that will have events, and you're going to start getting the Wolf's Honor. And there's an area over on the left side of the map where you can start claiming a bunch of rewards if you start the seasonal quest line, which is marked in the green leaf for the seasonal like quest line. There's kind of a story to the season as well, but yeah, just go to these red areas. That's the Helltide. That's where you primarily want to go ahead and level, unless of course you're getting power leveled, and then you want to eventually just go to the Helltides till about 70-ish, and then you will get a bunch of aspects and a bunch of gear, and then you're going to go ahead and go into the Nightmare Dungeons so you can then level up your glyphs. But basically, just go to these areas. That's what you're seeing in the background for gameplay. And with this season, there are some newer changes. So over on the top right, you'll see that I have like this thing that's 111 right now. That's the cinders. That's what we use as currency to open up these chests. Earlier on, there are different chests for the earlier stages of the game. But then also, there are these bosses that you can fight called the Blood Maiden. They are quite challenging, but what it's going to require you to put in is 1 heart. Now, you could put in 3. There's technically 3 slots for 3 hearts, but the best way to do it is putting in 1 heart per person, because that's going to give you the maximum amount of rewards without having to use more hearts. But honestly, you get a bunch of these anyways. I wouldn't worry too much about like trying to save them, especially because later on you're going to have so many that you'll have excess, so to speak. So don't worry too much about saving them. Just pop them if no one else puts it in. But the reason why is because as long as you contribute at least 1 heart, you get bonus rewards. Now, putting in 3 doesn't give you 3 times bonus rewards. So just put in 1, you'll get the rewards, and you just go into this area, you open up chests, and the density is just pretty good. And you see, bam, a bunch of legendaries. But yeah, this is what's called the Helltide, and is the primary way that you're going to be leveling from 1 to about 70 in the game. And you can still access this area later in the game because it's got a bunch of great materials. Now, most of them are going to be World Tier 4, but there are people that look for low World Tier. You can see there's World Tier 3 right here. But if you play in a group, ideally, you do want to play with a group that is doing the same class as you. The reason why is you guys can share gear as well as share aspects, because now legendaries are tradable. So if you happen to be, wanting to play Ball Lightning, you can say, hey, if you see the Ball Lightning aspect and you don't want it, or you get duplicates, send them my way. If you want, Frozen Orb ones, I'll give you those. Whatever the case may be, gear sharing is really important when you are trying to power level, because specifically getting just one of those aspects can make a build go 10 times faster. It is that big of a difference. The other method I'm going to go ahead and mention, even though I think the Discord 100% is the best one, but for those of you that are like, I can't download Discord or whatever, there's also technically Sanctuary. So this is sanctuarydiablo.trade. So the website is just diablo.trade, and they do offer services over here. Now, you can actually message people in the actual app itself, but it also can connect with Discord, which makes things easier. But there's also listings for people to also power level you. You can see there's want to sell, power levels. Sometimes they want materials. There's a lot of different things, but there's a lot of services that you can do, whether it is getting power level, getting carried through Nightmare Dungeons, because this is also tied into leveling, because there are people that will speed run the glyph XP. That is more common specifically with, let's say, Sorceress or any build like the Dust Devil Barbarian that's really fast, and it will just blow you away by how much faster this is. Now, most of these aren't going to be free. Again, the Discord community is a lot more friendly, and they offer a lot more free stuff, but mostly on Diablo.trade, they are looking for something in return, just as a heads up. But other little bonus tips that I do want to go ahead and give you is to only do the good Nightmare Dungeons once you are at level 70-ish. And the reason why is because some Nightmare Dungeons take like 3 times or longer, depending on your build, because they have these little like gaps, and you have to like climb across the rope. And if you're not playing a classic Sorceress, which can just teleport across, yeah, it's going to be bad. Also, you know what's also bad is dying. Now, there are some instances where I may want to go ahead and go and pick up a legendary. Honestly, don't do it. It's not worth it. The way the game works now is you're not going to be getting like the perfect rolled aspects in most cases in the earlier stages of the game, so don't really try to loot. But another thing is don't do the bad dungeons. I'll link this down below. This is the most updated one from Maxroll. It's the tier list for the Nightmare Dungeons for glyph leveling. So it's going to be the best dungeons at the top, and the other ones you don't need to worry. My suggestion, just for a bonus tip here, is just try to remember these ones over here, and it's a lot easier than just kind of knowing all of them. Just remember the good ones and just do the good ones versus memorizing the bad ones, because there's so many bad ones as well. So you could do either, though, to be honest. You can remember all the bad ones or all the good ones But what I like to do is have this on another monitor, and I look up whatever map that I have, and then I hit Control F, and I type in, let's say, I have buried halls. I type in buried. Oh, it's a B tier. Okay, that's fine. But if I get something like, let's say, endless gates. Oh, that's an F tier one. That one takes 3 times as long. It is 1000% worth it to go ahead and only do the good ones. Now, if you're really constrained on the resources at the occultist to craft the extra sigils to do, you actually can just run whatever map that you have, or essentially it's that nightmare dungeon that you have, because you don't have the resources to keep on crafting them. But if you do have a bunch of resources, keep on salvaging them and keep on crafting only the good ones. And when you're in a group, it's really easy to do this. You can just link it to other people in Discord, as this video is kind of heavily reliant on Discord, but it is 1000% the best way to actually level is to use the Discord. Again, Sanctuary is the spot to be. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how fast it is, because I'm still in like the leveling process. We're like 28 over here. We end up going to this dungeon. This is our first nightmare dungeon. You'll see that we go from, I think I was opening up the mini map because I was just checking out how close he was to the boss, but we were level 28 when this thing started, and you'll see us every time you see that little like flash, that's when we're leveling up. You'll see that little like flash. It's very, very fast. So in this gameplay session over here, we were at the start of the video, we were technically it was level 1 when I hit record, but as soon as you kill one monster, we instantly just popped up. You can see how fast the XP bar is going up. But once we were over here, this was at like 15 minutes in, when I was getting power leveled, and you'll see the XP, we were 28 over here, and then just like a minute later, we go to 31, and then we're at 41, and it's just going to keep on going. It's really fast. You'll see the XP bar just goes up and up, time and time again. And in just a short amount of time, we hit 55. That's the number. It took me exactly 22 minutes and 57 seconds to go ahead and hit this. And again, once you hit about level 70, the suggestion is to go ahead and then do glyphs. Whether you want to do this solo or in a group, it's way better. Let me go ahead and give you guys extra bonus tips also over here. So another thing is to make sure that you use the ashes. This is actually very important. So with the season, you get these things called seasonal blessings. This is going to increase the XP that you get from killing monsters, or it's going to be your Nightmare Dungeon Glyph XP. So you want to go from left to right pretty much all the way through, but if you want to get the other ones earlier, that's fine, but don't get them earlier than the first two. The first two, they must go in order, because those are 100% the best in terms of like what you want to do. That's what you want to do, because you want the most amount of XP from the monster kills, then you get your Glyph XP. This is on the Battle Pass, I believe, on the default, you just open up like the Battle Pass, and it should be just right on the left. You just click on it, and you'll get these ashes that you'll claim. Again, this is not required to pay for the Battle Pass. Your character will just get this as you progress. They're called smoldering ashes. You can take them out, but don't worry, like just put them from left to right. It's really easy this season. It's probably one of the easiest seasons to level. Another bonus tip is use the elixirs. I mean, this gives you a huge amount of movement speed as well as giving you extra XP. And then also get movement speed on your skill tree, or if you have a skill like teleport, or if you're playing barbarian, you have like charge or leap, run those. And another bonus tip that I already mentioned is do not loot. Again, how it works in Diablo now is most of the aspects at the lower tier sections of the game will not roll high rolled anyways. Now, that is only if you're getting power level like the 1 through 55. If you are playing in a group and you're just doing the Helltides, like the other method I was talking about, the method 2 that's mentioned in this video, which is that you're just doing the Helltide, yes, pick up all the loot. But specifically, when you are getting power leveled, you do not want to go ahead and walk around, because you'll just die in one hit, because, well, the area is much stronger than you are. But that's going to go ahead and wrap things up. If there's anything that was confusing, let me know down below. But yes, Discord is your friend, and even if you don't have any friends, you can find them. It's the best method by far. Or you can just walk out by yourself. I guess there's method 3. Walk out by yourself if you really want to play solo, and you can just start inviting people if you see them in the open world, because you do get a bonus XP if they are in your party. It is always more of a benefit in pretty much all of the Diablo games to play in a party. But that's going to go wrap up things. Like I said, if there's any confusion, or you guys have any questions, or if there's anything you guys felt like I missed out on, let me know down below in the comment section below. But if you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you're new here, hit subscribe to the bell if you want to see more informational Diablo videos and more gaming content. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.